Will Chamberlain, LeBron James, and Magic Johnson, the greatest Laker.
Okay.
Tim Duncan, you already admitted, is better. And we all know Michael Jeffrey Jordan is better than Kobe Bryant.
So he putting Wilt Chamberlain in there. First of all, he didn't score 100. Wow, where you been? It's TeeJay, the artist. You rocking with me. You are the smartest. And we back with another video, man. Listen, 1 Laker fan versus 10 Laker haters. We already did part 1. Y'all can go check that on my page. It's in there somewhere. I think I put it in a playlist with all of the other fan versus haters videos. You know what I'm saying? So this is part 2 of this video. I don't do the full thing. I might start doing that when I start streaming again, if I decide to stream, still dealing with that or whatever. But we on this second claim right here. He says Kobe Bryant is a top 5 player of all time. Now listen, my list does have Kobe in it. No particular order because I don't want to debate with y'all right now. Bron, Jordan, Kobe, Kareem, Magic. Yeah, that's what I got. That's my top 5. Argue with whoever you want to argue with, but that's my top 5, and I ain't putting them in no order. But we about to get into this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Let's see what they got to say. Let's do it. Could you turn me up in the headphones a little bit?
How does what?
Here they go.
Oh, he came straight to the seat. I like that.
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Who is this?
Oh, that's great. All right.
Seem like you're ecstatic about this one.
I am.
Okay.
I am. So Kobe Bryant's the top 5 player of all time to you.
Yes.
Would you care to list the other 4? No order needed.
I can. Michael, LeBron, Kareem, and then Duncan between 4 and 5 with Kobe.
So you don't have Magic over Kobe?
No.
Why?
Two-way impact, did it longer, just as many championships winning wise, and he was able to sustain impact longer than Magic was.
He was able to sustain an impact longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magic's career did get cut short in 91.
It did get cut short, for sure.
Fair to Magic.
How would you describe Kobe's last several years in the NBA?
Bad. I mean, it's 3 years where he tore his Achilles, so yeah.
Yes.
Right. Injured.
But what did the Lakers really do, and Kobe especially, do of note after their 2010 championship? During Kobe's career?
I mean, they still competed, made the playoffs, tried to make another run at it. I think if we're going to hold what the 3 years post 2010, is kind of, I mean.
So he's holding the injury against him. Like, bro, come on, bro, come on. Let's be a little bit more logical. You don't hold the injury against him, bro. Like that's messed up.
I don't know. There's majority of top 10, top 15 players that have those stretches throughout their careers.
So he had that stretch right towards the end of his career, the 3 where he's healthy, and then the 3 where he's not so healthy and kept playing. And then let's talk about the beginning of his career, where he kind of understandably had a slow start.
Because he didn't even play like that. He was still on the bench. What did you talk about, bro?
Very young coming into the league, especially on the first half of those 3 rings. Definitely more Shaquille O'Neal. Heavy, right? I think we can agree on that. Where does Kobe's kind of prime come in and this like longevity?
I think prime-wise, you can start it from either 2000 or 01 all the way to 2013. The peak of what you may be referring to is definitely in between like 03 to 2009 and 2010, which is, I think, a pretty long, sustained level of excellence.
Yeah.
And I think, again, if we're starting at 2001 to 2013, it's like 12, 13-year stretch.
Sure. So, and they did a lot of nothing in the middle, right after Shaq left and before.
What, 2 or 3 years?
It was like 4 years at least.
4? Okay, 4. I mean, okay.
All right. So we're talking about 2000.
What is your point? I'm missing the
right. And even then, in 2000,
you basically I think he's trying to just pick up the dead years. Like he wasn't doing nothing in these couple years. Like, bro, he put him in the top 5. Like, argue versus the top 5. Are you arguing Magic is better than Kobe? Because you're not doing that. You're just picking out years where he was playing. I mean, first of all, Kobe was still playing very, very good in those seasons. The rest of his team was just ass. Nigga was playing with Smush Parker. No disrespect to Smush, but come on.
That's if you're gonna call that Kobe's prime. That first ring, still very heavy Shaq stuff here.
The first ring, yes. Okay.
So we're really talking about like 2001. And you said all the way to 2013, but I'm saying they really didn't do that much
He didn't say till 2013. You putting words in his mouth.
from 2010 to
He said 2009 and 2010.
2013.
Okay, name.
So
What is
we
your
really
top? What's
gotta-
your top 5?
You got LeBron. You got Michael Jordan.
LeBron. You started with LeBron, and you're talking about winning championships
say-
throughout a
did
stretch.
I say in
Okay.
order?
Okay, I'm just saying. You said
Right.
LeBron. I'm saying
Right.
you were able to acknowledge that somebody can
But I'm
still
not
be
saying
great
them in
without
order.
winning a
I'm not saying
championship. I'm
Okay,
saying is
yeah,
you can
yeah.
acknowledge that somebody's being great without them having to win a championship. Correct?
He called you.
Sure.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
LeBron and who else?
But all right, LeBron, Michael Jordan,
Okay.
Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson.
okay, Tim Duncan's another one where he went through stretches of years without winning a championship. Correct?
Yeah, but like
What happened with?
He done caught you up, bro. It's a wrap for you. And who's number 5? He didn't even say who number 5 was.
Between 2007 and
Did Tim Duncan have the
2013.
teammates that Kobe had?
No. But I'm asking, but between 2007 and
Okay.
2014, though that stretch
Sure.
of years, what was he doing?
He was in the playoffs, was he not?
Okay.
Did they not beat the
And the Lakers was in the playoffs too.
Lakers?
No,
Well, not in that time.
I would say in that time frame, the Lakers beat them. No. In that time frame, the Lakers actually beat them.
But
the point I'm making is that when
they
you
made
don't-
the finals in 2013, right?
and they lost in 2013.
Okay, but we're talking about the Lakers like
He caught you, bro. It's up.
competing. You said that in the making
Yeah.
the playoffs is competing. So the Spurs are always in the playoffs, right?
it's just one.
Tim
It was
Duncan-
one year where Kobe didn't make the playoffs.
And that's
So
a wrap.
what-
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's
Yeah, it's a wrap, bro. Like, what is you? I don't even understand his argument. And he did not name 5 people. He only named 4. Unless I'm tripping.
Okay, I'm just saying. You said
Right.
LeBron. I'm saying
right.
you were able
Let's
to
listen for 5
acknowledge that
people.
somebody can
But I'm
still
not
be
saying
great
them in
without
order.
winning a
I'm not saying
championship. So I'm
Okay,
saying is
yeah,
you can
yeah.
acknowledge that somebody's being great without them
Unless
having
I'm
to win a
tripping.
championship. Correct?
Sure.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
LeBron and who else?
But all right, LeBron, Michael Jordan,
Okay.
Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson.
okay, Tim Duncan's another one.
He
where
only named 4 people, bro. You know who number 5 is?
went through 7 and the
Kobe.
Lakers actually.
You said
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Oh, Lord.
Fight back.
I don't like this guy. He talks like he knows stuff, and it comes off as like dang near like he trolling sometimes.
Top
Bro.
5?
Top 5.
Come on, man.
Top 5,
Here we
top
go.
5.
There's 3 Lakers that are better than Kobe.
me
And
hear
rest
it.
in peace, Kobe.
Let me hear it.
Will Chamberlain, LeBron James, and Magic Johnson, the greatest Laker.
Okay.
Tim Duncan, you already admitted, is better. And we all know Michael Jeffrey Jordan is better than Kobe Bryant.
So he putting Wilt Chamberlain in there. First of all, he didn't score 100. We never seen the 100. Is there like a documentary that they could put together? Is there anybody alive from that game? There ain't nobody in the stand. Ain't nobody that was kids in the stands watching this game that could talk about it. It wasn't no trainers, no coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like even players that he played with saying like ain't nobody saying it, bro. Did he score 100? I'm gonna tell you what happened, bro, and I'm sticking with this. This is what I think happened. The stat man really didn't. He really wasn't taking down stats good enough. And they asked him, bro, how many he had? He was like, bro, he scored like 100. That's what it was. And then they ran with it.
So how is he in the top 5? My guy, there's not 20 top 5 guys.
Why is Wilt better?
He averaged 50, bro.
Did he win?
Of course.
No, did he win?
He won a championship,
No, did he win averaging 50?
but he won a championship and he averaged 50.
So he didn't win. Okay.
Changed
cool.
rules.
All right, cool.
You know he used to dunk
Yeah.
from the free throw line?
He tried to do that.
No, he
and
did
they
it.
changed it.
He did it.
He did it behind
He did
the scenes.
it.
They didn't do it. Great for Wilt.
But
Great
who's
for
the greater
Wilt.
player? But who's the greater player?
I would say Kobe is.
How so?
Because Kobe's impact again. Just because you go.
First of all, it's hard to judge somebody off of not watching them. My boy, you arguing for Wilt, but you never seen him play. Also, Wilt played in the era where there wasn't a lot of competition for real. It was one other person. That was Bill Russell. So they just battled each other, and Bill Russell came out on top all the time.
Go out there and put up a bunch of numbers. That does not, if it don't translate to anything, doesn't mean nothing. Something that will openly acknowledge himself. That's the reason why he adjusts his game as he continued to get older. So the idea of him going out there averaging 50, but if it didn't relate to anything, what is the point, right? So Kobe had the ability to go out there and average 35 in a slower pace era, much more updated and modern, while still also adjusting his game to compete at a very high level while still being a dominant player.
This
as well.
era is all about analytics. He didn't do it as efficiently as Wilt.
Well,
Or Jordan. Or even LeBron.
Well, the efficiency when it comes to Wilt is questionable with his free throw shooting. If you want to say LeBron and Jordan, that's fine. LeBron and Jordan, that's fine. But then you're bringing up other players that, again, Magic not on the defensive side of the floor, and I love Magic.
He was the best player on his championship teams.
How?
Kareem was on that team, sir.
He was the best player on his championship
Well,
teams.
what proves
Three
that?
of those of Kobe's came with Shaq.
Well, what proves that?
Watch him play.
Kareem?
He's Magic Johnson. Kareem was old at the time.
Kareem was old.
40.
Kareem was old when
Kareem
they won
was
their first.
40 like LeBron.
Kareem was old when they won their first championship.
Yes.
He was old.
He was after 35.
He won MVP when they first won
Exactly.
championship.
He's great.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? Like he's I told you he talks like he's trolling, like he just want to be different just for the hell of it, bro. Like that's how he coming off. So he's telling him like he won the MVP that year. Yeah, he's great, but he was just arguing that he was old. Bro, come on, man.
Okay, so how does
And
that
he's
make
better than Kobe Bryant.
Whoa. Kareem, I agree. If Kareem won MVP, I've already named three.
Agreed.
I already named three. I said Michael, LeBron, Kareem, and then Duncan and Kobe to me are interchangeable.
Michael Jordan was better, right? We got to name him.
I said Michael,
Okay.
LeBron, Kareem, and then Tim Duncan and Kobe interchangeable.
Larry
4 and 5.
Bird, 3 MVPs in a row, 30, 10, and 10.
No.
You didn't even say Larry Bird, bruh. So all of a sudden you gonna put Larry Bird, and you didn't even say Larry Bird.
Clearly the more
So,
efficient, the
what
better
if-
rebounder, the better passer,
How you arguing for somebody that's not on your top 5?
and the better scorer
But
than
not
Kobe
the
Bryant.
better winner, though.
What do you mean? He won 3 MVPs in a row and 3 championships, and he was clearly the best
And not on your top 5.
player
Has
on
more
his team.
championships.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
Oh, it
He won
doesn't
3.
matter.
No, because
Well,
Shaq,
how does it not matter?
Because Shaq was the best player on 3 of those teams.
Well, okay, what was Larry
You
Bird?
think if Larry Bird had Shaq, he wouldn't win 7?
I don't know that because when Larry Bird
I know that.
when Larry Bird didn't have Shaq in his first championship, Larry Bird had like 2 games where he averaged less than 10 points. He posted up less than 10 points in 2 of those games. He was so underwhelming in his first championship. They gave the Finals MVP to Sedwell Maxwell.
When he was a rookie?
No, it actually wasn't. It was like his second year, but he was good enough.
You want to take it all the way back to rookie seasons? Kobe was shooting air balls. That's what we're going to do.
But you brought up Larry Bird. What are we doing? Oh,
that's crazy.
You would have to do that for Larry Bird because it's such a short year. It's such a short career.
Larry Bird did
You would-
everything better than Kobe. Everything.
except for win more.
Except play defense.
And defense on top of that.
He did more with less. Way better passer.
Whoa. Who did more with less? Larry Bird? Did you see those teams? Did you see those Celtics teams, my boy?
Way better
with less.
rebounder.
After Shaq, he did more with less.
Yes, he did.
He had McHale, Parrish. He couldn't win after that, so he had to bring in Dennis
Magic,
Johnson.
LeBron, Bird, all make their teammates better. Kobe never did that.
Kobe didn't make Pau Gasol better.
No, Pau Gasol made Pau Gasol better.
Even though Pau Gasol,
one of the most underrated bigs ever.
Even though Pau Gasol
He
said
was always
himself,
great.
even though Pau Gasol said himself he made himself better.
Come on, man.
Derek Fisher said he made himself better. Ron Artest, Trevor Ariza, Lamar Odom.
Ron Artest
all
was an
those
MVP
things-
candidate with the Rockets. What are you talking about?
I don't know what year you're referring to. 'Cause
Ron Artest was a what? Get him out the chair, bro. I'm done with him. I told you, he's just trolling. He's trying to stay on his morals and he's just arguing just for the sake of arguing. And he's just going to be like a wall. Don't talk to people like that. All of a sudden, what? And this is another thing. How he brought up Kobe's teammates saying that Kobe made them better. For some reason in the media, we don't even listen to the NBA players. The NBA players will tell you, this is a good teammate, this is a good teammate, this is a good teammate. He's a great locker guy. He's this, he's a that. We turn on ESPN. Oh, they say he's bad in the locker room and everything. But everybody, his peers don't say that. So where is that coming from? It's coming from these made up narratives, bro. Like he just told you. Kobe's teammates said that he made them better. That's what he just named off all these people. But what did he say? Ron Artest? Nah, Ron Artest was an MVP candidate when he was with the Rockets. Hey Siri, was Ron Artest a MVP candidate when he was with the Rockets?
Okay, I found this on the web for was Ron Artest an MVP candidate when he was with the Rockets. Check it out.
All right, we finna check it out, y'all. He just said... See, that they brought up the Pacers. They didn't even bring up... I wanted y'all to hear this. Ron Artest MVP voting. (2004-2005). That's the malice in the palace. They're not talking about the Rockets, bro. And he never had one single vote for MVP. I think no, that's for the finals. But yeah, bro, I just looked this man. They ain't even bringing up. They just bringing up 2003, 2004, and that was when he was with the Pacers, bro. Where you got that from?
Never seen that year. I don't know about that year at all. I've never heard that year.
Look it up.
But
I just tried.
Ain't nobody better when players have openly admitted that he literally.
Nobody wants to play with Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace. But nobody wanted to play with him, bro.
So Powell didn't want to play with him.
We got New York legends talking about like Smush Parker. He was the worst person. He didn't even talk to Smush.
Ron Artest didn't want to play with him.
What?
Ron Artest didn't want to play with him.
Nobody wanted to play with him. Bro.
That's a lie.
So why did he come to the team? Why did Meta come to the team?
Why did Meta come to the team? Why did Matt Barnes come to the team? Why did all these people come to the team if nobody want to play with the man?
Media driven, just like all your Lakers propaganda.
Ron Artest didn't want to play with him.
What?
Ron Artest didn't want to play with him.
Nobody wanted to play with him, bro.
So why did he come to the team? Why did Meta come to the team?
It's media driven, just like all your Lakers propaganda.
Oh man, that's tough. Oh
my God.
Get him out of here. Don't talk to him no more.
Oh man, this is about to get really disgusting.
He putting on the Curry jersey. He think Curry top 5. You about to make this so bad, sir. You about to make this bad, bruh. Oh, let's see what he got to say. He's another person that's kind of like I wouldn't want to debate versus him only because he gonna sound crazy. Watch.
That's get really disgusting.
The number in the front. Yeah.
Okay.
We meet again.
Yes, we do.
So before we even begin, we agree on the top 4. So right now we're debating over the 5th spot.
Okay.
Stephen Curry is better than Kobe Bryant.
Why?
Stephen Curry, number 1, elevates his game in the NBA Finals more than Kobe Bryant when it counts the most. He averages more points and assists in the finals than Kobe Bryant does. Stephen Curry has only lost in the first round 1 time. Kobe Bryant has lost 3 times in the first round. Stephen Curry has never been swept in the playoffs. Kobe Bryant has been swept in the playoffs. Stephen Curry's offensive play has never cost his team a chip. Kobe's offensive play cost them the chip against the Detroit Pistons. And you could take that from the play.
2016?
Let me finish.
20. Before you,
his offensive play did not cost him a chip in
2016. His offensive play did not cost him a championship in 2016.
No, Adam Silver and suspending Drake.
If you're gonna be a hater, definitely gotta move the goalposts when you hating, bruh. Look at this, bruh.
Draymond Green cost him a
He
championship.
still had two more opportunities to win with Draymond. He still couldn't do it.
Thank you.
And then what happens? Andrew Bogut also missed those games. So let me just finish the facts. Let me finish. Let's
Put the blame everywhere else, but then Kobe gets all the blame for his.
let's get those things out the way. Okay. Now we can also get to the longevity argument. Stephen Curry has more longevity than Kobe Bryant did.
How?
Stephen Curry's in his 16th season. They are still active and in the playoffs. Stephen Curry is 37 years old. What was Kobe Bryant doing at the age of 37?
Well, nursing an Achilles.
Oh, exactly. Let me just finish
He was hurt.
this argument.
Okay.
Now we could talk about MVPs. Stephen Curry has 2 of those. One of those being the only unanimous MVP in NBA history.
Congrats.
And it's always F that dude from Denver that gave Carmelo Anthony a vote because LeBron James was supposed to be the unanimous MVP, but they gave a vote to Carmelo Anthony that year. And Carmelo Anthony was nowhere near any other MVP voting that year. But okay.
Okay. Right. Kobe does have him in a chip edge because Kobe has one more championship, and I concede that. But as a player, Stephen Curry is better.
Okay. A couple of things. Let's go back. Hey, he's without a doubt lost. Okay. Let's settle down. He without a doubt lost a championship due to his inability to score. Matter of fact, yes, because in 2016, especially down the stretch in Game 7, he was not able to score. Furthermore, his inability to create on his own was a big reason why they brought in Kevin Durant, because they were struggling against the Houston Rockets when KD was on the team. Not only he admitted, but Draymond also admitted as well that they needed someone to create for their own when they were switching, which I know you know that. All defensive teams, the whole other side of the ball, Kobe is far superior than he is. And then you also speak about MVPs. Congratulations, 2 MVPs to 1. I think you're intelligent to know that just because you win more MVPs does not make you the better player. By that logic, there's a bunch of people who are better than Shaquille O'Neal, and you don't believe those things.
It encompasses a lot more than that, correct?
You don't. Okay.
See, he getting you together.
So the longevity, I want to say that he's been in the NBA for 16 years. How many of those 16 years have been relevant, dominant, all-NBA caliber years.
Since 2014, so over 11 years.
Well, not all the way, because some of those years he got hurt, like in
Yes, he did.
2020. A couple of other years he has shortened seasons. So again, how many of them?
It's still 11 seasons.
11. How many for Kobe?
Where he was what?
He made All-NBA.
You have to tell me. I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, he has either the most or second most All-NBA selections of all time. Okay, so Kobe still has him in longevity.
Got you together, because in the beginning of Curry's career, he was having a bunch of ankle problems. And then I think around 2000, like he said, about 2014 is where Steph started to make some noise, and then he started getting crazy.
Now let's also
No, I'm not agreeing with you there.
Well, if you just sat there and said it's only 11.
How many seasons did Kobe play?
20-something.
20-something. And in the last 5 years, what did he do?
It's not 5, it's just 3. 3 when he got the Achilles.
So in the last 3 years of his career, he didn't produce anything, right? They didn't
He was okay.
make the playoffs. After that last championship run, they
still
pretty
made the playoffs
but
after that.
they stalled out, right?
Okay, what was Curry doing between 2019 up until 2020 or 2022?
He won a championship in 2022.
I'm saying in between that gap, what was he doing?
He was hurt for 1 year. Then they lose in a play-in. And then what happens? He said, you don't want to see us next year. And then the next year he walked out and won a finals MVP.
Okay, and then the next year
They lost, right?
To-
Draymond Green punched
lost
Drake
to-
to the Lakers.
Okay, so I just want to establish, just because you go stretches without winning doesn't mean that all of a sudden you're relevant, right? The point I'm making is that you can still win. So even beyond 2010, Kobe is still relevant, playing really great basketball. 2011,
Up
2012,
until the Achilles.
2013. He's not playing great basketball, making all NBA teams and making all defensive teams, still making the playoffs, still being one of the best scorers in the NBA.
Well, he wasn't playing great basketball. His selfishness is what he was doing, right? And this is respect to the late, great Kobe Bryant. But Kobe Bryant was a selfish player, which is why they lost to the Pistons, because they know Kobe would shoot them out of it. So when we look at elevation of the game when it matters the most, that goes to Steph Curry as well. Kobe Bryant is not the single best thing at anything when we talk about basketball. He's not the best mid-range. He doesn't have the best footwork. He doesn't shoot the best. He's not efficient. When you talk about being the best,
He's not efficient?
Kobe Bryant is not efficient.
Well, that's a lie. That is a lie.
No, it's a fact.
No. What you're saying is irrefutably a lie. That is a lie.
Stephen Curry
That's a lie.
is the best shooter, right? He's also one of the best screening guards. He also elevates his teammates, and he gets guys paid. He got Harrison Barnes paid.
These
right?
are all things that Kobe does as well.
No, who did Kobe get paid?
He got Trevor Ariza paid. He got Shannon Brown paid. He got all the players that
Shannon
were on the
Brown
team.
did not make the kind of money that these guys are making.
But he got paid. Let's not do this,
You got
bro.
Trevor Ariza paid. The reason why most of us know about Trevor Ariza is because it started with the Lakers. You got Trevor Ariza paid. When Meta came on there, he got him another contract as well. Lamar Odom became a much higher paid player and also well-renowned player because playing next to Kobe.
And my last point, Stephen Curry has elevated a franchise from irrelevancy to the most valuable franchise in the NBA, right? Kobe Bryant did not do that.
He didn't have to. He didn't have to, though. They started with Showtime. He ain't have to bring him out of, you know what I'm saying? They ain't have to bring him out of nothing. Like the Warriors before Steph they were just doing the We Believe Warriors like that. Baron Davis, Steven Jackson, and them boys, like that was their whole thing was we won round 1 before Steph got there. Come on, man. The Lakers already had and built they legacies, bro. That's why Kobe didn't make them a profitable franchise. They was already profitable, bro. Like
household name, as you know.
But these are not.
But let me just finish this.
Okay.
This is a part of basketball, and this is a part of culture. He has shifted the culture of an entire franchise. Okay, that matters.
Please let me get 20 seconds. Okay, so what you're saying is true. However, we've established that these are things in which you do not utilize to justify a top 5 spot. Because if that is the case, Tim Duncan didn't do that, and yet you still have him top 5, correct? Yeah. Kareem didn't do that either, and you still have him top.
Well, Kareem did do that, and Tim Duncan also made the San Antonio Spurs a lot more relevant because they didn't win until he got there.
That's true. Kobe also, there was a stretch of basketball where they're not winning until Kobe and Shaq got there. So he still is a part of the relevancy. But again, I want to be clear.
You're contradicting yourself.
But no, what I'm saying is I don't use this to justify being a top 5. I don't think you do either. Because again, that's not the case for Duncan to the degree of which Curry is. Because if that is the case, then why do you not have Curry over Duncan? Why do you have Curry over Kareem?
I think Stephen Curry's top 3 all time. But I just wanted to agree. I wanted to agree on the 4 so that we could just stick to the Curry Kobe thing.
Fair enough. However, I still don't think that you utilize that because again, Tim Duncan, Kobe would be over Tim Duncan by a lot of things you just said. Kobe will be over Tim Duncan. Outside the selfish part, Kobe without a doubt elevated the Lakers much more than a lot of other people did.
But you would agree though that Stephen Curry has elevated the Warriors beyond what Kobe did for the Lakers.
I guess it's because the Lakers already were much more established than the Warriors. I mean, there's that. But if Kobe played for the Warriors, he would do a lot of the elevation that Curry did
Warriors.
as well.
And my man changed the game. Sorry, gotta go.
We're going to go to the judges, and then after this, I'm going to be a little quicker with the shot clock.
I think the fan got it again, the Lakers fan.
There we go.
Why I say that is
Cooking.
because Kobe Bryant, they retired 2 of his jerseys. He scored 81 points in the game, and he's iconic. Like, kids to this day, when you shoot a fadeaway, you saying Kobe.
Kobe.
That's just iconic. That's just
You ain't
top
saying
5.
Curry.
Good shot or bad shot.
That's a bad shot.
But I'm saying, like, you talking about ball hog, right? Even Jalen Brunson, the jersey you got on.
Brunson's not a ball hog.
Brunson is a ball hog.
I'm gonna go second. First thing I'm gonna say is you the ultimate gaslighter when it comes to like the way of arguing with these guys. But the way that you argue, it shows that you guys have to step it up once again.
There it is. He cooking y'all, bro.
So I would give it to the fans, but I would say that I'm giving it to the haters for that one. I don't think Kobe made my top 5, especially with the arguments that you guys were saying that I think Shaq takes his spot. If we're gonna give him 3 out of 2, then Kobe has 2 rings. So, and then I like Curry because Curry is the best shooter ever. So to not to say him that he's not, he has to be up there for like just of leading of one specific thing in basketball. Curry is the best thing in that one specific thing.
Yeah, y'all got to judge what they're saying.
And that's why I went off of what you're saying. That's why I was trying to.
We got to prove to you.
Hey, let's calm down for a second. It's 2-0 right now. You're down. Let's calm down.
Okay, let's go.
Kobe and Shaq are the greatest duo of all time.
Oh, Lord. There's only one other duo that you can talk about, and that is Jordan and Pippen. And we're going to get into that on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Peace.